Basically, people talk about the censorship thing, and I think the best thing with the censorship thing is making a great record, because if you have a great record, people are going to hear it, because it's going to be maybe your next door neighbor playing it to you or whatever, but you can't stop it. If something's good, it doesn't matter if it says fuck, shit, or beep, or what in it. It's going to be good, and people are going to like it. And that's our whole thing. And as far as the pay-per-play, when we started off, we couldn't play anywhere. That's what people said, but we went out, we rented halls, and we put on shows ourselves, you know, passed out flyers. You know, if you're good, you're gonna make an audience, you know? People, the big mistake with this whole thing is everyone's trying to give you a tape and saying we're really good, all we need is someone to hear it. If you're really good, people will hear it, you know? People will be playing it for me and stuff, and it's like, it's unfortunate because everybody's going, I want to be where you're at. Well, first of all, you don't know where the fuck I'm at. Second of all, if you knew where I was at, that's not where you want to be, because basically what people are saying, I want to be a rock star. And if you want to be a rock star, don't try to do what I did, because I did it all wrong, because I don't want to be a rock star. And people say, well, why the fuck you here? Because I hate people, god damn it! And it just goes to show that you can hate people and still get along.
The Rip Party, just like to say, Suicidal's playing in New York next week. What are you guys going to do when you get to New York? I'm going to 2 Bar! You heard it here first. They're going to the 2 Bar in Jersey City. You suckers. Back to you, Adam.
Shows we open up for Anthrax, and then the English shows, like we headlined with MOD, and you know, it's a different thing where you play in front of in the auditoriums, you got 4,000 or 5,000 people, up to 10,000 people at shows, you know, and you know, there's a lot of people there, and they kind of, some of them don't know you, and they sit there and they're like going, wait, what are these people with the scarves on their head and this and that, you know, and then you got the people, yeah, like they said in Sweden, Suicidal, they're a real good band, but they wear cleaning lady rags on their head, but you know, and then you got the people that are into the band and really into it, you know, and you know, the ones that you know, we make autogram, we take picture, you know, that's the... I think everybody needs a scapegoat, you know, and that's the whole thing. People like to be upset, you know? You look at a lot of these people that are protesting, you know, if they spend half the time that they spend being so upset, they'd probably be happy, but everyone likes to get mad. You like to trip over something and yell at somebody, who left a stupid thing there, you know? And half the time it's you, but you like to get mad, and everyone needs a scapegoat, and a lot of times it's people just, they don't want to deal with themselves, you know? That's the whole thing, you know, like the song Trip at the Brain, you know, it's like people are going, oh, how bad that is, this and that, and Trip at the Brain, it's literally going to your mind and thinking, because it's like a lost art. Nobody thinks. Everyone's like on autopilot. They're going through their life, they get up, their alarm sets them, they eat this for breakfast, they go to work, they do this, no one thinks. And because they have a song saying Trip at the Brain, you know, where you literally like about thinking and sitting down and understanding and like sitting back and saying, why am I doing what I'm doing, you know, and then we're bad, you know, I don't understand that, you know. Put my hair sticking up, if more people are gonna like us because we have hair sticking out and makeup and this and that, man, we ought to be playing disco, more people would like us. That's not the point. We want to do what we want to do, and as long as we like what we're doing, whether we sell, you know, 250,000 or we send 5 million, that's the important thing, you know. And too many people are like making music for other people or what they think is going to be a hit. We need a hit, we got to do this, we got to do that. The only thing you got to do is what you like. How will I smile tomorrow when I can't even, how will I laugh tomorrow? It's these, you got to, let me do it again. How will I laugh tomorrow when I can't even smile today? You got to explain this, because this is very much what the band is about, right?
Yeah. Basically, it's confusing, I guess, because everyone has a hard time saying it. But to us, it means something. To other people, it may not mean anything. But basically, you know, when you get down to it, some people say they want to be rich, they want to be this and that. Most important thing in the world is being happy. And I mean, if you're not happy today, you're not going to wake up and be happy tomorrow. And we take that in a positive approach and say, well, you know, if you're not happy, you need to do something about it. And you know, there's a lot of things that may happen in your life which may be bad luck or may not seem to be fair, but you have to take that and, you know, work towards being happy, because that's the bottom line. And the most important thing in the world is being happy, and it's something you have to work for, but it's something that's worth working for.
Now, a lot of people say, you know, their lyrics are very dark and negative, but obviously this is not what you're trying to say with the songs.
Well, it's, you know, to us, it's very positive. I mean, like, there's a lot of situations, you know, happen in my life and everyone's life where you look at it and you say that it's well, you know, like, why it have to happen to me, you know, it's not fair. And then later on, you see that same situation and you thought it was bad, and it ended up being a good situation because you learned from it, and something that happened further down the line, it made it a lot easier to handle with, you know. And it's just how you look at things, you know, there's positives in everything. And now sometimes things happen, you go, wow, I wish it didn't happen, but you say, hey, what's good's going to come out of this, and what's the positive? And it's all how you look at things, you know. know.
There have been a lot of misunderstandings about the name of the band and the songs also. How has that changed over the course of the years?
Well, I think basically the people that are with the misunderstandings and that think that it's negative are basically people that are, not to use the word older, but people that don't buy our records and don't listen to our music. And you know, we've been on tour now for, I guess, like 7 weeks, and we've toured many times, you know, and we've been a band for 5 years, and we get letters from the people, and we talk to the people that are into the band, and you see those people, and they believe very strongly, and you see the positive stuff that it's doing, you know. And so that's all that matters to me, is the people that get the records and this and that, and what some psychiatrist says or some mother or something says. I really don't care about, you know, because she doesn't know, and it's easier for them, you know, to have a scapegoat than to say what the problem is, you know. And it just goes down to like all the lawsuits they got now with Ozzy Osbourne and Judas Priest, and parents saying that they, you know, their kids killed themselves because of the music. Well, if, you know, my kid has, you know, got listening to one record's got more influence on them than 18 years of me bringing them up as a parent, you know, they want to put those people on trial. They should put the parents on trial. That's the way I look at it.
It's here from LA, San Francisco, New York, but never from Venice Beach. What's the scene like in Venice Beach for the benefit of the people who don't know what it's like?
It's a nice place to grow up and get in trouble into. It's not a nice place to bring kids up. It's basically, you know, it's home, I guess, and you know, there's a lot of tourists there. It's got the Venice Beach thing that everyone, oh, I want to go to Venice Beach and this and that, but, you know, it's nothing spectacular, but then again, I don't work for the Chamber of Commerce, so obviously.
Now, the name Suicidal Tendencies comes from a Venice Beach street gang, is that correct?
No.
Or it has, this is what I was told, there's something to do with it?
I know nothing about it. It's not a gang, it's a bicycle club.
A bicycle club?
No, I don't know nothing about that.
It's not true at all? Just a bicycle club?
No.
BMX, right?
I have to ask Soy Dong about that one.
How about what you guys wear? Is you know, like is this what people are wearing in the Venice Beach area? Is this the dress code?
Some people are different. Some people wear.
You know, there's no.
We like to be we wear to be comfortable.
You know. I mean, I've been wearing dressing since I was a kid like this, you know. A lot of my clothes that I got from my dad and stuff. And, you know, some people don't like the way we dress. Well, that's their problem. I mean, I don't like the way some people dress. That's, you know, I don't care. I don't say nothing about that.
And you shouldn't judge a band by their clothes.
That's the whole thing. When we start out, people say, you know, you guys are good, but you never make it looking like that. I go, looking like what? The way you look. I was born ugly, you know. I can't help that, you know. But the whole thing is, when we got into music, we got into, you know, I'd hear a song and I liked it. It's not like, oh, do you see this picture of this band? I never heard them. I'll go buy the record. You know, it's all about the music, and that's what we're about. And, you know, when people say, oh, I don't like those guys, you see how they look and stuff? That's more a reflection of them than it is on us, and I really don't care, you know.
Well, speaking of dress codes, wait until you see what Jessica Hahn is wearing in this next video. It's suspenders. You'll love it. Here's Sam Kinison with Wild Thing. Adam Curry back with you here in the Headbangers Ball with Mike and Rocky from Suicidal Tendencies still with us for just a little bit longer. A lot has happened to this band in the past 5 years. I mean, there was an appearance on Miami Vice, the Repo Man soundtrack. What else are you shooting for? Anything that we should know about that's coming up soon?
We're just trying to make good music and keep doing it, you know. Until those things came up, we weren't really trying to get on like Miami Vice or things like that. We were approached for it, and you know, it helped us out, and we're just keep trying to make better music.
Is playing live really important to you guys? Yeah. More important than recording records?
No, I think everything's important in its own sense. You know, it's important to, you know, to get in the studio and do a record, and that's what we did when we did this record, and do something that you're real happy with and you believe, and then when you believe in it, it makes it all easier to get on the road and get out there and then see people that believe in it as much as you, and then after you play, when they leave, you know, reaffirming that with like, whoa, you know, and really being into it, and that's really important. And the whole thing is, we did a record we really believe in, and we believe it's really important, and, you know, we've seen, you know, the effects that it's had on a lot of people, and that's like makes us believe all the more. And so, like, you know, know, we're going to be touring pretty much the next 10 months, but at school, because that's what we want to do, and to be able to do something that we like and be in a situation where there's people there that really dig what we're doing and are really into it, that's the coolest thing, and that makes us the luckiest people in the world, and we really appreciate that, you know. And we put out our music because we think it's good, and we want people to have a chance to hear it, you know, so they can make that decision, because I know there's a lot of other people that like it, and, you know, we want people to have that chance to be able to hear it, because hopefully they'll like it as much as a lot of other people, because we really think it's good.
So you're going to be on the road for, what you said, the next 10 months at least?
Yeah.
All across America?
Well, we're going, in 2 weeks, we're going over, finishing off this tour, we're going over to Europe, then we're coming back, then we're going to Australia and Japan, then we're coming back, we'll be back in the States and stuff, and, you know.
So it's all over the world?
Yeah, all over the world.
All right, well, we'll be looking forward to you when when you're back in our area, drop by, please. And thanks for hanging out with us in the Headbangers Ball.
No problem, thank you.
And right now we continue with more music for you. Here's Halloween and I Want Out.
Before going out on their European tour, Suicidal added a new member to their posse, bassist Robert Trujillo. Guitarist Rocky George had known Robert and asked him if he wanted to tour with the STs. Robert did, and now he's a permanent member. He used to play in funk bands around the Venice, LA scene, but he was also a big fan of the STs before joining them. Here's lead singer Mike Muir to introduce their newest member.
This is Stymie, known as Robert Trujillo. He's our new bass player. Robert, why don't you say hello to everybody?
Hello.
Now you know him.
Now you know me.
He's our bass player. He jams.
In addition to the completion of the tour, Suicidal have just released a new EP in England called Feel Like Deja Vu, Controlled by Hatred. The EP contains 9 songs with titles including Choosing My Own Way of Life, It's Not Easy, Master of No Mercy, Waking the Dead, and Just Another Love Song. Guitarist Mike Clark described the sound of the EP.
Like some older songs that we did as a band called No Mercy, and we took some of the songs that me and him wrote off that record and put it on there, and wrote a couple new ones. Put a heavy emotion version of How Will I Laugh on there for all you ladies out there. And it sounds like it's not as polished as How Will I Laugh, the LP, but you know, we just threw it together, and it sounds it's pretty hard.
Special guest, and it is Mike Muir from the band Suicidal Tendencies. How you doing, Mike?
Doing all right.
Now, Rocky was supposed to be here, but I understand he got hurt, or?
Yeah, I was in a car accident.
So, just want to say, Rocky, hope you get well real soon, and we'll be looking forward to seeing you pretty soon. Now, in October, you released your EP, Controlled by Hatred. And the video from that, Waking the Dead, we've been seeing a lot on the Headbangers Ball. Now, when are we going to hear some new stuff from Suicidal Tendencies?
We finished our new record. It's going to be out, I guess, July 2nd, or 4th of July, actually. And it's called Lights, Cameras, Revolution.
So that's when we're going to see it. Now, you guys got a new bass player, right?
Well, he's been in the band. We got him in Robert. I won't say Lizard Boy. We got him in
Okay, no, I won't say it either.
Nah, Robert, we got him in about a year ago. So he's been in the band.
Now, I understand that he used to play in a lot of funk-type bands. Now, does that mean that there's going to be some kind of funky sides to this Suicidal album?
Well, everybody in the band, when we started off, before we were in Suicidal, all came from different kind of music and stuff. And with the stuff that we do, it's not like, you know, we're trying to be like a certain kind of music or whatever. If people want to categorize it one way, that's what they can do. But we're just doing our own thing. And what's happening with the music is like, I mean, he slaps the bass, and that's where it's at. And that's what we do with our sound. And it's just basically it's what we like.
Is there a type of music that you would call Suicidal Tendencies?
Would I say suicidal? I say first off, let's take it from the start, straight out. Can change what's in my heart. No one can tear my beliefs apart. You can't bring me down, and that's suicidal.
Well, there you go. We're going to come back to you and talk to you about some more stuff